We're number one.
Damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast.
Right.
Why do the gays get to pick what they get all the good stuff? This is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing 46 million.
Do not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, he would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe she'd have done all right. That's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr.
Are there a lot of girls on Grindr now?
We each other in the nuts. People wanting to punch me in the face. Why would you bite Santa Claus?
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I want to do it.
Why? I'm not AI. I didn't do it. It'd be fine. She took an Adderall.
You're going to do it. Read the instructions.
Mental illness is not an excuse for behavior.
We need help. I got a shot and some pills. That'll take that. Madhouse Bar Talk, baby.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Well, I'm going live on YouTube because Facebook has been problematic for me. It is not working out for me. I have been dealing with for the last couple days my Facebook page that I was always doing. I've actually had it for 9 years. I've paid money to promote it. I've built the page for my business, Madhouse Bar and Grill, and then we also built this podcast on the page also. And out of the blue yesterday, they just took my page down, and they took it down because they claim that I am using somebody else's name and likeness. So all that work that I've done, putting in the effort to build this page and 10,000 followers, almost, well, not quite, but almost, and everything that we've got built with the page and the views and everything else that we were getting, my customer base, allowing them to know when we were having specials and all the different things, it's all gone now. And it's gone because a company in Atlanta reached out to Facebook and said, I'm using their name and likeness, and they took my page down. And the problem is as simple as that was for him to get done, no proof, no nothing. The company, by the way, it's called Madhouse, M-A-D, House, one word, Sports Bar and Grill, and it's in Atlanta. Has nothing to do with me. Didn't even know it existed until they reached out and said that. So they take the page from me, and I go, well, I'll file an appeal. They'll give me my page back. I mean, I've been 8.5 years. This is, I'm not using anybody's name and likeness. In fact, Madhouse, spelled the way it is spelled that way because it's my kids' initials, Misty, Alexa, Haley, and Dylan. And it's spelled that way deliberately. And it's separate of the house. It's not one word. And it's been our name. We've had it for 8.5 years. It's a registered name in the state and with the government. And it's just has no reason that they would possibly say we're the same thing or connected. I'm in Elyria. Clearly, my address was saying I was never using their name and likeness. I have my own logos, my own name, my own everything about it is the same or is different than what they have. There's nothing about it that's the same, and yet they still took it away from them. God's Girl said, did they have their own page? Yes, they do have a page. I went and looked, and they do have a page. And quite a bit of followers, too. I believe it. When I seen the page, it was like 30,000 followers, which was that's a lot, especially for a bar and grill. Typically, you're only hosting in the local area. Like in my case, most of the bar and grills around here, I probably had more followers than any of them on Facebook. But that being said, they take it down, And now I'm thinking, well, okay, all I got to do is probably go file an appeal, and you go through and you're looking and you can't find a way to actually file an appeal. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to talk to all the different chat bots basically that they have, trying to get it in the right location. They're all trying to get me to file an appeal for a photograph that was taken down, which that's not what happened. It's not a photograph that got taken down. It's a whole page. It's a whole website. And they just, Facebook has no real customer service whatsoever, none. And then at some point as it goes on, I spent the whole day, I've explained and typed out the situation at least 30 times. And it's a very simple situation. A person with a similar name in Atlanta claims I'm using their name and likeness. I'm not using their name and likeness. I don't post anything in their name and likeness. Everything that's been on my page is my stuff. It's my business, my restaurant, my foods, my talk, whatever it is. It's all ours, and it has nothing to do with them. Nor is it spelled the same. It's not in the same area, nor did I even know they existed. So they've taken it down, and I've explained that basic little thing I've explained. There's no proof that there was supposed to be, or that they have no proof to offer to say that I'm using their name and likeness illegally. They have no proof of that. That's not possible because it didn't happen. So they're just out there throwing it out there to Facebook to make my life hell. Just I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe they don't like my views when I talk on the show, or when I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I don't understand. But what I do know is that it's put me in a pickle because right now it's Lent. And Lent is when we do fish fries on Friday. We have our big fish fry on Friday. And that photo, we put our photo of our fish, and it's our fish we cooked. It's our cabbage and noodles we cooked. Everything is ours. And we put it out there. And as soon as we put it out there, it usually gives us a pretty good turnout for the dinners for that day. And now all of a sudden here I am with no options. But what really ticks me off about it more than anything, well, not more than the customer service. The customer service is disgusting because Facebook has taken thousands of dollars. I mean, well over $10,000 over the last 8 years. I don't know how much. It's probably closer to $20,000 that they've taken in advertising money from me to help me build and promote that page on their website. They take all that money and then just do that with no proof, no nothing, no reasoning, no nothing. There's absolutely no option for it. The only thing is there was a pop-up that showed up on my personal page when I went on it. Well, I went to go on Bar and Grill page. And when I went on Bar and Grill page, I get a pop-up. It says this page isn't available. Then I get a pop-up that says that they took my page, and if I would like to, if I agreed with it and told me that Blue Ribbon Events LLC claims I'm using their name and likeness, and do I agree with the decision to take it down? I click no. Then it says, would you like to file an appeal? I said yes. It gives me a link to the appeal, and I go right to the appeal, and as I go to the appeal, it just tells me page unavailable. So it was around, I mean, and there was no way to get to it. So then I went through the process of trying to go through, navigate the website of Facebook, trying to find a spot to file an appeal, and it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible to do. The chat bots are, I mean, if you were going to do a photo, if you put a photo or video up and they took it down, that appeal would be pretty easy. That's the only option you get anywhere on the site at any given time. It's the only thing you get. So they take the appeal, I try all those different things. I try a chat bot. Eventually, they do give me what they claim is a live person. She says her name's Nicole, and she's talking with me. Clearly, she's like, doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Clearly, you could tell if this is a real person, it doesn't make sense because it looks like all AI automated responses. So I go and I I'm responding, and then finally I said, I thought you were a real person. This clearly has to be AI. This is absolutely absurd. She said, I am a real person. Can you just at least give me one more time, just explain the whole thing to me? It's like, couldn't a real person just scroll up? I mean, I had already explained the whole thing. But okay, whatever. So I explained it one big time. And then she says, can I call you? And I give her my phone number, and, Nicole supposedly calls. And it's an Indian guy that, dots, not feathers. Answers the phone. Clearly not a Nicole. There's definitely no way that's Nicole. It's not possible. I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, there's a boy named Sue, but it's definitely, odds are against that I'm thinking it's, something else or someone else. With broken but decent English. And actually, when he first called, he was underwater. It sounded like the phone was crackling. And I'm like, dude, I can't understand you. And he said, he made a comment like, kind of saying like I was saying about his language. And I go, no. Your equipment sounds like you're underwater. He goes, oh, let me call you back. So then he calls me back, to which I answered the phone and said, hi, Nicole. And he ignored me. So he's on the phone with me, and I'm trying to explain I explained the whole thing to him, and he gives me a link, and he tells me to, go ahead and send it. And I'm looking at it, and it looks like what he's sent me the link for is for me to say somebody's using my name and likeness. Like for me to go and complain about it. And I'm like, this isn't what I'm trying to do. And he goes, no, this is it. He keeps telling me so. And he's on the phone with me the whole time. So I go through the process. I fill the whole thing out, and I do the name and likeness, thing. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know this isn't right. And I told him that. He goes, no, it's good. So I hit send, and I said, I'm automatically get an email back that says, we take using somebody else's name and likeness very serious, blah, 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 blah. We are going to look into this immediately. So they use they immediately, I get another response from them right after that, to which that response was basically like, oh, not a problem. We already took Madhouse Bar and Grill down. So we already caught them, basically, is what they said. It's like, oh my God. And I go, clearly they didn't do it. He goes, no, it says an appeal on here. I'm like, dude, it doesn't say it. He goes, oh, you just have to wait. I said, they just sent me an email basically saying that this is taken care of. You're good. And he goes, send me the email. So I have to screen grab it, and I send it through. And those are going through like basically instant messenger. And I send it through to him, and he goes, no, I don't know what this is, but this is, he goes, I see on my end it says the appeal is sent. I said, okay. And I know confidently going out of that conversation on the phone that's just not true. And we spent quite a bit of time. We were on the phone for, boy, I bet you we were on the phone for like 45 minutes in conversation while we were navigating Facebook's website. And so anyways, I get another, my instant messenger pops up, and he says, here, try this one. And it's like, clearly, if it was right and done and I just had to wait, I don't have to try another one, but okay. So I go on this one, I go on that one, and when I go on this new one, at this point, it's like I'm complaining or I'm appealing a photo or a video being taken down, like somebody saying I stole their picture or video. And I tell him at that time, I go, look, it's not a picture or video. This is all picture or video. I said, this is a whole website we're trying to, they took a whole page, I should say, not a website. And he goes, oh, no, this is it. And we file that appeal. And then he goes, he says something to the effect of, I forget what he said, something about, no, it's through there now, you just have to be patient. And then they send me another email. In this email, they say they got it, blah, blah, blah. Could I send them a photo of the image that they took down? And it's like, well, it's not an image, it's a website, and you took it down. How am I supposed to show you? So, I mean, I didn't know what else to do. The problem is, too, is the pop-up that they sent me originally. Like, there was a pop-up that popped up when I first went on Facebook on the computer, not on my phone, but on my computer, that popped up. And when that one popped up, I should have screen grabbed that page, because then I just was clicking on things trying to get everything taken care of. And instead, what happened was, by the time I went to go take care of it, they wanted to know what that page said, and I didn't have it. It was gone. I couldn't get it to pop up again. Wasn't in my notifications, none of that stuff. So it really was a it was a nightmare. It was really like just fighting a battle, uphill battle, for about 8.5 hours yesterday, 9 hours maybe. I was just like on it, just trying. And all that happened was yesterday morning, I woke up and I decided I'm going to post, it's Thursday, and I usually put out my video for my Friday fish fry for Lent. And I go to put it out, and sure as shit, I can't do anything because my page isn't there. What the hell? So then I start looking into it, can't figure it out. And I actually had to go to ChatGPT and ask him, hey, what's going on? My page just disappeared. What do I got to do? And it said I had to get to a computer. So then I had to come here to the restaurant, get on a computer, and figure it out. And it didn't work because there's nothing to figure out. They have no customer service. They have nothing there that's available there's nothing there for you to communicate with. There's no one. It's all basically bots. And, even the one that Nicole, it says, oh, you got a real person. There's no chance it's a real person. The fact that they're trying to pass that off as a real person is crazy to me, unless that real person is just taking everything and putting it in AI, because there's no way that was a real person in that conversation. I actually thought about at the time I should record while I'm doing this with the screen up, you know what I mean, so that everybody could see what I was talking about. It's been a freaking nightmare. It's absolutely been a nightmare. Dealing with it. And I don't know that I'll get it back. I know Jeff at St. Lad's down the street. I know he lost his page at one time, and he just said to hell with it and started using his personal page. And I mean, it's aggravating to me. It's like I just want to abandon Facebook a little bit because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, you put that time and effort into it, get a huge following. And in my instance, I paid to advertise on Facebook for the last 8.5, 9 years, trying to get those pages promoted. Whenever I'd have a special, I'd pay to promote it. And then I'd go through and I'd, find people that liked the page, and I'd invite them to like my page and all this different stuff. So, I mean, I put in a lot of work and effort into this that they just took from me, building my business with my name on it. And they just took it, just as they act as if they were the court of law that made the decision. There was nothing. There was no reason for it to come down. There's no proof. They just take it down. And then that was the other thing that Nicole told me. Nicole said, well, it's not like magic. It ain't going to just happen immediately. I go, well, it came down immediately. Didn't have a problem coming down. Facebook took it down immediately. And the problem is, and like I just said, it's Lent. Like today, we're serving fish. We're not going to sell a lot of fish today. I've bought the fish already, and we're not going to sell a bunch. It's not going to happen. And the reason it's not going to happen is because I wasn't able to get it out to my customers. My customers are probably all just not worried about it, or going to another page that posted a picture of their perch dinners. And it's upsetting. I mean, it aggravates me that I put the time and effort into it. At one aspect of it, it aggravates me that Facebook has that kind of power. That's kind of disgusting. That they could just walk in and take it without any review or reasoning, or I don't like that at all. That I don't know how that doesn't fall in line with, in the old days, like if you had a website, if you had that name on a website and somebody else wanted it, they would have to pay for that actual name. In fact, one of the most famous ones is the Starry drink. It's what was that? That was not Sprite. What was the other one? Was it Sprite? No, I'm trying to think. Sierra Mist. It was Starry drink now. It used to be Sierra Mist, and some lady named Sierra or whatever had that name and would not give it up without them paying for it. And they just changed the whole product. They changed the name of the product to Starry. And I'll be honest, I've drinking very little Starry. Drinking a lot of Sierra Mist. Haven't drinking a lot of Starry. They probably should have paid that one. But regardless, if I have a name and you want that name, you would have to approach me and try and get that name from me. You don't just get to step in and say, that's my name. And even worse, you don't get to reach out to a web page, which is what, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Facebook is nothing more than a web server at that point. That's basically what they are. You provide a page, they put it on there. They have some interactions and stuff that are involved in their site, but you build your own page within their site. So they're no different than a web server. So for anybody to be able to just walk in and say, ba 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 ba, and then it just disappears, and you have no recourse for it. There's nothing you could do with it. It's absolutely the craziest thing I've ever seen, and it's damaging, for me, especially with the, I'm a small business. It's the wrong time of year with Lent. That's horrible. That, like, from now till Easter, I have no way to advertise this fish. I mean, I can advertise it, but I don't have those 10,000 followers that I had on my page that I had built and ran and operated and put the money into. Paid Facebook. They encouraged and accepted my money to grow my page, to help me grow my page. They encouraged it and they accepted the money. Then they just said, nope, oh well, without me breaking any contract at all. I broke no contract. Their argument is that, their argument would be that you're breaking name rights or whatever, but that's just not true. It's just not true. And why do they just get to take it down without any proof? But then I got to fight to get it back on, and they have nothing there available to help you get it back taken care of. So it's really a horrible, horrible situation. And not for me, it is. I mean, not for you guys. You guys probably don't give a shit. But for me, it is. And I'm usually the one that wants to say, don't whine or complain because nobody cares and blah. I'm usually the one that I don't like to whine and complain too much because I usually do. I typically believe people don't care. But it certainly has taken its toll on me today. Yesterday and today. Because I lost my stream of advertising, which is a big deal when you own a local bar and restaurant and you have a big special. Probably my busiest Fridays outside of summer. I mean, summer obviously are way busier, but outside of summer during these months is the Fish Fridays. They pack the house for Lake Erie perch, Lake Erie yellow perch. If for anybody who listens that's not in this area. It's a big deal in Ohio, Michigan, place like it. It's a big deal. It's not Lake Perch. It's Lake Erie yellow perch. It's not ocean perch. People pay a lot of money. It's like $20 a pound to buy this fish. And there's a big difference. A lot of people will serve you the other, and they'll use words like lake perch. They'll do whatever they can, to word it to make it sound like it's Lake Erie yellow perch, but it's not. It's definitely not. So that's my gripe so far. That's my problem that I have to deal with. And I decided to go live I actually had set it up. I was going to go live on Facebook on my Bar Talk page on Facebook. And I thought, you know what? I'm not doing it. I might just take my whole Facebook page down. I'm so aggravated right now. I probably won't, but I'm very aggravated about it right now. It's very, 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 very aggravating. Because I lost my stream of advertising, and it's enough to piss off the Pope, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. I mean, other than the whole rest of the world is crazy and everything that goes on in the rest of the world. But yeah, it's been a tough couple days dealing with this and just the whole aggravation of it, and it just, I don't know, this bar business. I started this bar October of 2017 is when I took it over. Started in the summer of with Dale a little bit, but October of 2017 is when I took it over. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of this business. I don't understand it. It's a weird thing. You treat customers good and they don't come around. They just fade out. Some of them get married, you know what I mean? So then they just disappear. If you're not the new hot spot, you just kind of get faded out. I'm not saying that we're not. I mean, that comes down to you got to try and keep people interested. But I've tried. I mean, I've had all the events over the last couple of years. Ever since COVID, it's just a whole different. Before COVID, yeah, let's roll. The business was rolling. Things were great. Since COVID, just a different class of people, a different group of kids coming up. You know, this Gen Z, they keep saying it. They don't drink. Gen Z doesn't drink. They smoke weed. They do edibles. They do whatever. They just don't drink. And the food business, the food has gotten so expensive since COVID that you're not going to make money off food. That's for sure. I mean, you'd have to sell an awful lot of it, more than I probably have room for in here, to be able to make money off of it. It's a whole different animal nowadays. And it's tiring. It's not anything I'm willing to keep doing, I don't think. I'd much rather go back to doing construction. I was looking at photos of me, like, prior to buying the bar compared to now. And now, granted, it is the difference of being, it is the difference of being 43 to 52. No, wait. It's the difference of being 44 to 52. So it's a difference of being 44 to 52, but the amount that I swear I think it's aged me a heck of a lot more than just those 8.5 years. I'm telling you, it is mind-boggling. In fact, I'm gonna send it real quick over here, see if I can get this image up over here. I could show you guys what I'm talking about. It is unbelievable to me, the difference of what I can look like. There's a picture of me and Amanda right before going into buying this place. And as you can see, I have aged a ton. And actually, it's taken its toll on Amanda too. But yeah, it has aged the crap out of me. This is not something that you want to get into, I don't think, right now. But that, I'm just something I've noticed. I just seen the picture showed up, and I go, oh my God, that was right before we got the bar. Look at me. I look like a young man. This thing's just aged the shit out of me. And now it's like you work that hard for it, and then you get people like Facebook just takes it down, or, you get different things that happen. People just decide COVID's dangerous and nobody should go out to your place of a business, and then people get used to smoking weed, not drinking, and just little things that happen that you have no control over, and then the next thing you know, you're struggling. Not a good vibe. Of course, a lot of America's struggling. The wages haven't kept up with anybody. I have this argument with everybody all the time, especially other business owners and things like that. I have the argument of the wages just aren't where they need to be, per se. They say it's like, I forget what they say, that inflation has went up since like 95 or whatever, but it's like, dude, that's just what they're saying just doesn't add up. It just does not add up. I made $24 an hour when I think my paycheck was $780 or $790. $780 or $790. That $780 I made my truck payment, newer truck, my wife's truck payment, which she had a Jimmy, newer Jimmy. I paid a house payment, nice house, pretty nice house, split level, 1,500 square feet. I mean, decent house. And had plenty of money left over. We ate good. We never struggled. We never were looking for nothing. We did great. And a measly $780 a week now. I mean, you couldn't even, at that point right now, you would take, instead of 70, you would take 2 paychecks to pay your minimum mortgage for just a reasonable house. You would take 2 paychecks to pay your mortgage. Back then, it was over a paycheck. I will say that. It was, I think my house payment at the time was like $4 over my weekly paycheck, which I was taught old school by an old timer by the name of Joe Destro, used to own Avon Cleaners and Menswear. He always said when you figure your house payment, you want it to be 25% of your income. He said, don't go over that. He goes, I don't care what the banks tell you. He goes, don't go over that, and you'll always feel you'll be in better shape. But if you did that now, I mean, people think that $25 an hour is great money, and it's not. The same job I was working then is $35 an hour, so you're getting $1,100. You know, you're still not even making close to the house payment, even with that. You know, it's I don't know. It's a different time. It's a different, and nobody seems to want to give you answers. Everybody just wants to tell you how, you know, you're being greedy or you're not making enough. But it's always the people that are saying that seem to be, you know, driving around in, you know, very nice vehicles and have very large homes and are in charge of making the paychecks. But I've complained about that on here plenty of times. But it's just a whole different time is all I'm saying. It's just a different time. People are struggling everywhere. The bar business is definitely struggling. In my area where I'm at, there's been 4 bars that have shut down just on this one strip where my bar is located. 4 of them have shut down in the time since I bought this bar in the last 10 years. Some that have been there for years and years. Some that popped up after I did. But yeah, it's and that's just in this strip. Also, you know, at the mall right around the corner, a place closed. Up on Lake Road, another place closed. Literally, if you went in a 2-mile radius from me, you probably have, I bet you in excess of 12 bars that have closed. I would say in excess of that. So it's a tough business for sure. And I've managed to hold on, but it's exhausting. And then when you get people like Facebook that come in and change that whole thing up for you and damage you with that, it's just aggravating when you're already struggling and you got to deal with something that stupid. But that's my little gripe for today. You won't hear me gripe too much anymore. I'm not a big griper. I don't like to gripe. I try and get some good interviews coming up here soon, and we look forward to talking to you again. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Why do the gays get the pick? They get all the good stuff. Rainbows, the first month of summer, apple martinis. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing $46 million.
Do not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, to sell chicken and not have barbecue or ranch is the most arrogant shit I've ever seen.
We would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe if they done all right. No, that's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr. We had to go to Uncle Vic's if we wanted a girlfriend.
Are there a lot of girls on Grindr?
Chasing each other in nuts. People wanting to punch me in the face. How would you bite Santa Claus? Like, I mean, if going into space for 3 minutes makes her an astronaut, does that make you a gynecologist? We'll just make up a song for every individual person. For you,
people quit.
For me. But we'll have AI write it, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna have people quitting.
Why? I'm not AI. I didn't do it. It's gonna be fine. She took an Adderall. And my wife goes, oh, good. Well, then we'll be all right. I think people are smoking weed, ordering DoorDash, and playing video games.
If you're gonna do it,
Read the instructions.
Did you wear a skirt? Doesn't. I don't care.
My mom is 70. And then the next text said, and a lesbian.
I got swatted one time in handcuffs at Subway. They came in and arrested like the owner for selling drugs. You know what one woman's drama's worth? Can you imagine a whole fucking mansion of just drama? There's more Mattress Kings than there is Chick-fil-A.
Money laundering.
You piss a lot of, who do you piss off?
Mostly clients.
And he goes, look, some people go to heaven, some go to hell. And he just closed the door. Archie Bunker.
Archie.
That's who we need to make the rules around here. I promise it'll go too far.
Mental illness is not an excuse for behavior.
We need help.
I got a shot and some pills that'll take that.
Madhouse Bar Talk, baby.